of omens, give me sight beyond sight.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Wednesday. Wednesday. Wednesday.
What the? Fucking for how many years? Motherfucking Leroy Jenkins. Shout out to Bot Grinder. I stole that video off his IG earlier today. Shout out Bot. Shout out y'all. What's good? What's happening this week? What are y'all into? How y'all doing? Shout out to the pilot of the week, the one and only Peckerwood FPV. And happy birthdays this week. We got Korza, who, if you don't know, does some fucking wicked ass shit in Blender. Check that shit out if you have not. Korza, happy birthday. Grindr? Yes, on Grindr, Artie. You know where Artie's mind is. Grindr. Shout out to Grindr. Happy birthday, Avocado FPV. Let's see. Oh, motherfucking Vitrifly. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Brian Kirby.
He's a ripper.
He's a ripper. Happy birthday, Brian motherfucking Kirby.
Oh, shit. Speaking of rippers.
And motherfucking Tech motherfucking Lust. Happy birthday. We love you, brother.
Shit. Happy birthday. Shout out to Tech out there in fucking Fantasyland.
Artie's obviously on Grindr.
Definitely look me up.
I was gonna say we'll get you as, I don't know, is it, what do you use, pins, or is there like, what you at Artemis on Grindr? Is that how it works?
Banana hammock at grindr.com.
Okay, now that we got that out of the way, banana hammock at grindr.com. Artie,
look me up.
Risco says he does awesome shit.
On Grindr. It's not your birthday. Is it really your birthday tomorrow? Happy birthday, Spagoo. If it's his birthday.
Happy birthday to you,
Spagoo.
Spagoo.
Happy 364 days belated birthday. Fucking hell.
Oh shit. Hold on. No, don't hold on. I'm just kidding. I was thinking about I forgot to take a dab before we started this thing.
Sucks to be you.
Not really.
Bye.
Just kidding.
I mean,
I will. But...
I'm not hating. The fuck's going on?
Well, my Grindr page all of a sudden is
popping. Artie's Grindr is popping. Let me get the band. I better start the band bot just in case. Oh.
Yeah, please.
the bots are gonna be in house.
For you for some refurbed for $344 on Amazon.
Do you want? Wait, is he asking for the Goggles V2 or the Goggles 2? I think he's a.
How'd you like it, Risco?
What up, Kim Fuse? How you doing?
So confused.
You like that frog butt? Confused. I was trying to tell Gardo that they need to get a camera for the frog, and we're gonna start a frog web streaming service. It's gonna be only frogs.
Totally shit.
Only frogs.
Yeah.
Yes. I already have Super Deluxe committed.
Sesame, what's up, brother?
Super Deluxe is committed. Spagoose says the newer. Oh, the goggles too. I mean,
Dogs too.
Gogs too. Well, yeah, actually, that's actually somewhat worthy news. Is the V2 goggles for anybody that is looking is on sale on Amazon. I think Rotor Riot, a couple places new, and then there's refurbed but certified refurb from DJI on eBay and I think Amazon too. Right? Is what you said?
Yeah. Amazon's got them for $344 and eBay's got them for $339.
So that's pretty dope. If you don't have DJI or digital at all, it's a pretty good. It's a pretty safe bet, you know, in my book. I think for now.
Goggles.
Gaggles.
Goggles.
Hello. G'day, Mo. G'day.
What up,
Damon's in the fucking house. What up from? Well, I'm not down under, but you are.
What up down there? Oh wait, I mean, are we down there from them?
No, we're up her.
But what is north? Is north really?
I mean,
is north really up?
We're like.
But wait, it's round, right? It's not flat, so.
Well, but it's still on an axis that is.
So we're
like
kind of we're up from them. What is up?
correct. We're north.
What are we talking about?
Towards the fucking pole.
But it's all a bunch of bullshit. It's some shit we made up.
Go to the pack and get the gags.
Earth is definitely round.
Are you sure? I think it's fucking flat. I think it's fucking flat.
Listen, I'm not taking any kind of
Like your
anything
ass.
from somebody who
It's
can't
a-
even get likes on Grindr.
Motherfucker, I got all the likes on Grindr now. Remember, guys, banana hammocks at grinder.com. Go get.
He's
give
got
some love.
He's got girl. what grinders in every city. We're living the dream, mate. How you doing? Fucking hell.
living Chad's dream over
We are actually pushing Artie's grinder right now. That's kind of
Yeah.
the thing tonight.
Trying to get noticed. Trying to get the algorithm active.
Yes, we are getting that shit
I
popping.
keep getting fucking like 60-year-old clowns.
Bro, why does Instagram crop the shit you post to Facebook?
I didn't know it did.
So if you post a picture to Facebook and it doesn't
Makes it 1-1.
fucking fit IG's thing, because if you have your IG and your Facebook linked, you can cross post, right? But if you post certain resolutions to Facebook, it crops it on fucking. It pisses me off with memes. It's always cropping my memes, bro. Last time there was a crop this bad,
It makes everything 1-1.
a million Irish people died. We have cross promoted with Only Bears many times, Risco. I mean,
Only Bears faded, man. Vince really carried that.
Vince did carry Only Bears.
I mean, without
what just
Vince, I
happened?
mean, it is just not the same.
No, most definitely not.
Sorry.
Shout out to Vince and motherfucking
But-
Vincent!
Twans for Vincent.
There it is.
Give another set of twans for the Don while we're here.
Points for the Don. Wow, we're on one tonight.
I had a Red Bull for the first time in like 6 months. So I may completely fall asleep at 11:30.
Just
like,
gonna fucking.
full-on crash.
Artie's just gonna fucking go. Tint motherfucking FPV in the house. What's up? It's good, Reggie. How you doing, man?
Mr. Tentman, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I don't try to normally cross-post videos. Although it did cross-post something I posted
Axis in the
Reese.
fucking house.
recently, and it worked.
Not you, Spagoos. You fucking drunk?
Nah.
No way.
And
I'm
sassy.
just sitting here having a little.
I miss you, motherfucker.
Little soup, trying to get all fat and sassy.
I need. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Fucking hell. I need a fucking dab, guys.
Do a dab.
I'm doing one.
No one's gonna yell at you.
Oh, they're gonna yell.
We're going for a copyright strike tonight. See if I can get some reggae copyright strikes.
You gotta do it real low.
I mean, it's pretty low.
It is. It's. I like it. It's ambiance.
It's ambiance. It's our. This is us tonight.
It's like Beyonce, but
I mean, this is us
ambiance.
every night before the
Hey.
show. Usually, is listening to fucking some sort of dub or reggae, bit of drum and bass thrown in for good measure.
We miss you, Tim. When you coming on again?
Yeah, no shit. You should come through, man.
Yeah, man, definitely.
You're always welcome.
I can't figure this stupid shit out. It's trying to fucking-
Which stupid shit?
I'm trying to figure out because when I go on my webcam, it's cropping it and it's showing.
Only bears?
See?
Diamonds.
See how this is my webcam, right? And then I get rid of it, and this.
We
is
can't
my-
see anything because you aren't sending us any video.
You have no video? Hold on, let me go back.
Yeah. It's just a little cement.
It's just so.
There it goes. All right, watch now. This is what my problem is, Chad. I know you're gonna figure this out in fucking 2 seconds. So this is my webcam. Then I turn it off, and this is my.
Oh shit! Nipple cam.
Nipple
See
kid.
that?
I feel like I'm just gonna get. That's fucking awesome.
Fucking nipple cam.
But anyhow, I'm
That
trying to
Risco,
figure
you're gonna
out
sample
why
that
it's-
right there.
It's cropped. This is Instagram like image. Why? You know, and then you can see my other camera. Is
Are you
behind it, on
in
the sides.
OBS?
I'm in OBS right now. I can't figure out why this is happening.
Right click on the small cam, transform.
Like, which cam? The small one?
Well,
Transform.
hold on a second. Let me see the wide
Queen
view.
Duck, what up, homie?
One of your cams is shooting 4:3 and one of them's shooting 16:9.
Yeah.
But
Why? Yeah, my
Well,
my
one is
webcam
on
shooting
your
4:3.
face and one is shooting on your chest.
Wait, which?
let's see the other
Which
one. Is the
one's
other one
shooting on my
stretched
chest?
at all? Yeah.
Wait, oh fuck! I fucked it up.
No, it's okay. So that's shooting native 16:9.
It's card.
All right, and so I don't.
Whoa.
What cameras do I have active? I'm gonna fuck
guys
my
see that?
shit up.
You see that? Hold on.
Oh, he's frozen.
Are you on?
That is fucking crazy. Look. Do you see that too?
Oh, that's good.
That's gonna be my new intro. On my, YouTube videos.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, do you have an app for your fucking camera? What camera do you have plugged in?
I have it's a Logitech HD cam. It's plugged into my computer and it's
What up, Waldo?
playing through my OBS. But it's for some reason it's 4:3.
Well, Logitech should have an app, and you should be able to set it to what it is.
Wow.
No, but it never was like that though. It was always fine. It's just this all of a sudden it happened. I don't know why. And I have two borders. I have a blue border around the 16:9, and then I have a red border around. But it doesn't change anything. If I see like you see, I just did that, and now it's black.
Yeah, you're transforming that layer.
This guy.
There you go. I want you to do
I'm
it.
just gonna keep that on the side like
Just
that.
save that and send it to us so we can make a meme for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that right there. I kind of like it like this now.
We're gonna get
This is
some
a productive show.
I know.
I mean, we're moving along. We're efficient. 30
Well-oiled
minutes in,
machine.
and, we've covered my grinder, by the way. If you didn't know, it's banana
So,
hammocks at grinder.
Click on your camera that's working and move yourself around the screen.
He swiped to the right when I sent him this nipple pic, by the way.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So whatever is on top. whatever is on top in OBS is going to be your top layer in many cases.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that's the thing is that when I watch, let me see.
So that
now,
camera's probably way on
top.
top.
One is Logitech, so I turn that off when I lose video. Right?
So
Then
drag
the
it
next
down below, like your scroll for one.
Okay.
There, now you can see your scroll.
Wow, you're so smart. You know that?
He's so smart.
And I don't know if you have a layer that's cropping your camera or if the camera is sending 4:3. I have no fucking idea, bro. But something's going on.
Something dropped my camera. I don't know why. But at least now I can see my scroll.
You gotta get your DJI thing out and switch from 4:3 to 16:9, and then send it.
Very weird.
Then gyroflow it.
And then gyroflow it.
Oh, transform, right?
Yeah, you can transform it and just punch in.
Okay. Oh, so all I gotta do is transform fit to screen?
Fit to screen.
No, that didn't work.
Go to stretch the screen.
I'll try that.
Scratch the screen.
Stretch the screen.
Stretch the screen.
So now you're wide, but that's not
Bro,
really
how big
right.
My head is, bro.
Oh, I did. Fucking
Camera adds 10 pounds.
shit.
I got like camera adds 10 pounds. I got like 5 cameras on me right
I'm trying to think even how I have my show programmed right now. I don't want to go fucking with it while we're
God, what's
live.
up, bud?
You guys got to get a frog cam, OBS being OBS. But you can, so if you stretch the screen and then hit fit to screen, what does it do?
Well, it says full screen projector source, 1536 by 864.
Nah, you don't need to mess. You shouldn't need to mess with that. Where is my camera? Oh, I'm using display camera. I'm using display capture. I can't fuck with my shit right now. The whole stream is gonna come crashing to a halt if I start doing that.
Oh, look, I reset the transform. So now if I go like that.
So keep zooming and then move it. Now center yourself.
Now center.
Yeah, now just
Now
click
pull
and
the
drag it.
whole
Pull the thing
frame
up.
and drag your face like the center.
Click right in the middle of it. I think you should be like, oh, you just, there, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
it's not
Yeah,
bad.
that's good.
that's
All
decent.
right.
Let's go.
Yeah, you can fine tune
not-
it, but that's good.
Not what I wanted, but
Well, you need to go, like I said, you need to get the Logitech software and open it and see what the camera's doing. Because
Yes.
yeah,
Send
I'll
them
tell
the-
you the truth. I haven't even opened up my Logitech software since I got this thing.
it's the only shit thing with some,
No, this is good enough. At least now it's a full screen. It's nice. It looks.
I can't remember, are you a Mac or PC?
I'm PC.
Okay.
I had a Mac for a long time, but I don't have it anymore. When I moved to Florida, I left it there.
I have both.
Yeah.
OBS tips with Chad Handy.
So let's start off. What do you guys think of this V2 camera, walk snail? What do you think?
Bucksnell.
Voxner. I think the low light joint on the Pro is cool.
Yeah, I think the low. I like the low light, the biggest sensor. They actually have an update too, which I haven't done yet. But I'm
Powdered
curious
toast,
to
man.
See what the update is. But some people are saying it's pretty buggy. And
The update
Powdered toast, man.
is. I remember powdered toast, man, all too well. Fucking.
Definitely already been a long night. It's only been 30 minutes.
That was one of the funniest scenes of all time.
What is for the love of God? So the Pro gives you the night vision. The question I actually have is what the fuck? So they give you 32 gigs of recording storage. There's no SD card slot though, right?
No, I don't think so.
I have not seen
No,
that there
it's an
was.
optional 8 or 32, but from my understanding, the Pro version is strictly 32. There is no option for the Pro.
Yeah.
So it's only 32.
What the hell is it recording? That's my
Records
question.
DVR.
I know, but what is it recording? Like, what can you record
it's the
with
same,
it?
It's the same. They didn't change that, which a lot of people are upset about. It's still recording 1080p 60. So they wanted to bump it up to 2K, 120, like the DJI. Is it 120 or is it 60? DJI?
It all depends. We just had a
120, right?
conversation about that before you showed up tonight. It all depends on it all depends on what you need out of the camera. If you're gonna shoot fucking fucking and how you set it. Like if it like you could shoot in 16:9 you said you could do 120, right, Greg?
Yeah.
Right. And then so if you do any of the 4:3 viewing shit or want 4:3, then you have to change resolution, and you can still do 120. But we couldn't figure out. We didn't see 30. I thought it could do 30. To be honest,
there's no 30 option. There's only not what works now. It's only 60 or 120, but it's not capable of 120 yet. It just has this. The hardware is capable, but I guess the software is not. I don't understand the logic with that, but it says 120, but it's kind of false advertising. But
wait, say that again.
It says it's capable of 120 frames per second, the camera itself, but the VTX I don't think is capable of transmitting or recording the 120 FPS yet. Does that make sense?
Well, I haven't seen any. I hadn't seen any.
But it seems.
That's the way. Who was the video I watched? And once again, I'm known for misquoting people, so I don't want to. Yes.
We got
I think it was Mad
disclaimer. Fucking. Well, we looked the other night and I couldn't see any record specs of what it was doing. Like, what is it shooting H.265? I mean, it's shooting H.265 as I understand it, but
265, yeah.
But as far as resolution and frame rate, and what was going on there,
it records. The DVR records at 1080 60, and it's stuck at that. I don't think you can change that. It doesn't go to 30. I know that. There's no option for it because I have the goggles, and obviously I've been playing with the unit.
I'll be glad when they're in some more people's hands. I've been trying to look it up a little bit more to see what the hell. But like I said, on Cadix's site, there's no record spec. So I was like, huh. And then I saw that the camera's 2K on the HD. They don't give the actual spec for the Pro model. Is it also a 2K?
I know that the Pro model is native 16:9. And the other camera has the option to switch. It's a native 4.3, the other camera, the V2. But the Pro model has the bigger sensor, and it's a 2K sensor. And I guess that's why it's able to do such good low light. But it's native 16:9. You can't switch it to 4.3, the Pro model. I have the goggles anyway, which are they're 16:9 screens.
Gardo says 1080p 60 is it for now. 1080p 60 is, but. Okay, so they're actually. I'm just thinking this through, but you can get 120 out of the goggle, no? Or is it 100?
100.
It's 100. Okay.
It's 100 goggles, yeah. I'm a little confused too with.
What up, Darts?
They I can't remember if it was Bardwell. It might have been Bardwell, I think. Actually, that was the one that. Gave the video, but there was like 4 videos that came out the same day. Mads Tech had one, Bardwell had one. Trying to think who else. Whatever the case may be, though, I still haven't seen a good flight video with the night camera yet. But I'm sure within the next couple of days you're gonna see a lot of them because people are ordering them. But, Bardwell's video, I love Bardwell. I do. I love him. I think he's probably one of the best people in the hobby for multiple reasons. He's the first person that I built my first drone. And obviously you see me talking this way because I'm going to say something. What I'm going to say is I think that the video that he posted on the Walk Snail night vision was terrible. I think that the location he chose was terrible. The graininess of the camera, I think is going to turn a lot of people off in his video. And I don't think it's fair because most people are not going to be flying in a pitch black environment where you cannot see your hand in front of your face unless they're creeping doing something weird. You know what I mean? Most people are going to be out in front of their house flying with ambient light where, in my opinion, the V1 camera was just inadequate in that aspect. You could not fly at night with the V1 camera. I have it and you just can't. And you can see, as a person, but when you try to fly, it's terrible. And I think that the 2 camera eliminates that problem. And I think with a decent amount of ambient light, there's going to be a lot less grain than what he showed in his video too, which is why I cannot wait for people to start posting night videos with the camera in parking lots, Home Depot parking lots.
Well, I was gonna say I would like to see I'd like to see like Greg fly the parking lot,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
or something like that with that camera and see what actually comes
I
off
think it
of
would be
it.
perfect for that place.
Exactly.
Because you have a good amount of light. I mean, where Bardwell was Bardwell in his yard?
No, he went to
No.
some abandoned, not abandoned, but it was definitely a desolate place, and it was very, very limited vision. And it's not like his opinion of it was bad. He did say it's a step in the right direction, and it's definitely better.
But he just said it was grainy. Is that the nutshell of it?
It was extremely grainy. I mean, but there was zero light. There was literally zero light. He pointed that out in his video. He's like, look, there's no light. You can't see. Yes, granted, and of course it's going to be grainy. But the point is people that are like, hey, should I get the Walksnail because of night vision? Are going to look at that and say, oh, shit, that looks terrible. I'm not going to get that. When the truth is, if you take that camera and you bring it into a more practical environment that people are going to fly in, I think that people will appreciate that camera. I do. But, of course, I don't have it yet. I haven't seen videos on it yet, so I could be totally wrong. But as far as HD systems go, to date, this is the first camera that I've seen that is a logical solution for night flying for digital HD FPV. I think, I know the 03 unit is terrible. I know that the first Walksnail was terrible. HD0 also. So this is the first one that I've seen that, even with the little teaser video that Caddx put forward, it was amazing, showing like the difference in the picture quality. And I'm excited to see what that camera could do for night flying, because that's a big part, especially for a guy like me. I work all day. I get home late. Today I had a 15-minute window to fly. It was
so they're using this. So number one, Sony is known for good night vision support in their sensors. They're using the Starvis 2 sensor. Apparently they're using the Starvis 2 sensor. And I know the Starvis 1 sensor is a 4K sensor. That's why when I saw 2K on the spec for the HD, I was like, huh. I was just curious that they were. I don't know. I didn't check the spec on the Starvis 2 definitively. I just actually pulled it up. Back illuminated pixels. That's how they're doing their night vision.
Bobo made a good point too, that considering the latency and the available speed that HD0 is capable of, they could most definitely put out a camera that is comparable, if not better, than the Walksnail that just came out. So
It probably will at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be some more options available for other systems coming very soon. I'm curious.
HD0 is a smaller company, so they're gonna take a little bit longer to get like comparable tech out, but you can be sure that they'll do it.
Yeah. What eased my mind too, which was really nice, is that Caddx posted in the Walksnail Facebook page, basically saying like, look, we're invested in this. We are continuing to innovate, and this is the first step in great things.
Has there been any update about what was going on as far as Fat Shark?
They didn't mention that, but they've made it clear that they're all in with this system, and they plan on excelling with it.
So
nice.
what's the current rumor still? Is it just that Fat Shark is out? Is that the rumor?
I haven't heard anything since last week, honestly. Last week there was a lot of chit chat going on, but I haven't heard anything personally.
Is there nothing official's been? Has anybody heard anything? I didn't honestly look, to be fair. Has anybody fucking?
I haven't looked either.
Just curious.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
If Caddx is making any kind of announcement about anything, it just lends credibility to the rumor, right? That there's something going on there, whatever that is. It's all.
I think another good point that I didn't touch on yet was in the past, especially analog is pretty much the only thing I've experienced with when it comes to night cameras, like the Caddx Hotel Starlight, for example. Great camera for night, decent in the day, but the images were blown out more on that camera than it was on the standard Caddx Hotel. The V2, from what I see so far of this Walksnail, it has excellent image quality in the day too, which means that it's a versatile camera. You could mount it on your quad, fly it as an everyday flyer, and then at night, if you want to fly, you can, which I think is awesome. But in Bobwell's video, the image quality looked identical to me with the V2 camera in the daytime, I'm saying, which is pretty cool. I like that. And plus, who knows what firmware updates are going to be coming too.
Yeah, so what I'm finding interesting is they're quoting they're using a Starvis 2 sensor, and the Starvis 2 sensor, based on what I'm finding, does do 4K. So I'm just curious what the hell is going on there. It's a 1/1.2 inch sensor.
It's got to have something to do with the latency, though, right?
Well, encoding lower resolution can definitely improve latency. Yes, and it just may. And what's curious is they're only. What is interesting, to be fair, is that you're actually recording 1080 and not whatever the camera's doing. Because traditionally, if you set a camera to do 4K 60, that's what you're recording, right? DJI, whatever, right? But the fact that they actually have a separate encoder going for the recording is interesting, because right now we're not seeing that anywhere else. Mm-hmm. So fundamentally, this is something that we've kind of argued about, is like, you know, one of the things that is challenging with the camera is that if you, whatever the camera's set to is what you're recording with some of the systems. So if you try to shoot 4K 30, it's going to be fucked up and motion blurry and not nice. But if you had the ability to FPV at one frame rate and record a different frame rate, different settings, that would be ideal.
I wish you could do that with the 03. That would be really, really nice. It would make flying at night a lot easier too.
Well, that's exactly the thing. The challenge with that is at that point you have to read the gain from the sensor twice, basically. Because now you're talking about exposure, recording a different exposure and such. Right now you can't even record different frame rates.
Yeah, no, it's locked at 1080 60.
Well, I'm talking about DJI or other things as well. It's like you can't record a different frame rate from what you're viewing at.
Yeah, whatever you're flying with.
And to be frank, like, I would rather fly at 4K 120, but I wouldn't want to deal with 4K 120 footage all the time.
That's my logic in flying 4K 60. It's not. You get a little bit more motion blur in the goggles versus 120, but.
Well, 60 is fine if it's set.
And I get to use super wide, so
if it's set at 180 or 90, if you're, like I said, if you're stabilizing, then 90-ish or so, 45. But that's, I think, that's what's really missing right now. And I just find that interesting that Walksnail seems to already kind of have at least something kind of there that's not doing it 100% the same. At least.
Another thing I was confused about is, it was my understanding, and I could be wrong, so I know you will correct me if I am, but the dual antenna system with the Walksnail, one is transmit and one is receive, correct?
I thought they were. I haven't specifically looked, but if it's like DJI, they're dual band.
Is that what it is? Because it is 50
I think.
megabytes. Yeah, I don't know. Because they went down to the new V2 unit has one antenna. That's why I was curious. I mean, what did they eliminate? The transmit? The receive?
No, I'm sorry. Well, they're dual band. I have to take that back. The dual band for control link. The carrier and I think they're just offsetting, bro.
Is that what it is?
I think it's all in the same. I think it's all in the same band. Because now with 03s, those. And Avata has the option of going potentially into 2.4 for some things, I believe, or in a different band. But anyways, I believe they do both. I believe they transmit and receive in diversity. That's what you would want.
That's what I thought.
A single antenna, like a Vista, the antenna's doing both on 5.8. And if you bring up a FFT, a spectrum analyzer, you can see the carriers and you can see everything.
Right. So I guess then Walksnail did the same thing, because
it can't be.
Was talking about there was no loss of quality that he could tell with the single antenna as opposed to the dual that he could see right away yet, but he's going to dive deeper into it.
That's interesting. Well, diversity by definition means two of the same, basically. You know what I mean? And it's using that information. It's going to grab the stronger one, but it's going to be the same shit on both antennas.
It's like twins, like having twins.
Well, Yeah, I mean, because depending on where your nulls are firing, like one antenna is always going to have a better RSSI, and so diversity switches constantly between the strongest signal.
The rapid fire was similar to that, wasn't it? I mean, it just overlaid two signals on top of each other.
I've never seen it. Well, VRXs, yes, were diversity, like rapid fire, fusion,
fire, right.
yeah. I haven't seen a ton of analog VTXs that are diversity, though. You know what I mean? And maybe that is.
I have. I don't think I know of any. Curious.
Yeah, no, I can't think of any.
Just RXs.
I don't know. So far, though, I'm pretty disappointed with the difference in the range. Obviously, analog, you're gonna have a lot more penetration than. I mean, you shouldn't though, because DJI has excellent penetration. But I don't know if my quad isn't set up right, or I'm doing something wrong. But if I drift behind buildings or anything like that, but in close proximity, I'm getting latency, bro. I'm getting a lot. I tried the normal bit rate. I've tried the high bit rate, which obviously is going to be worse.
What up, Aces?
I solved my RX problem by putting the long range antennas on, which I actually had a build video. I spent like 6 hours on doing. Hold on, let me take off the stupid screen again. I had a build video. I spent like 6 hours building this quad.
What's up, Trinity?
What up, Trin?
And
What's up,
I
Trin?
deleted all my footage. I formatted my SD card on accident. I'm an idiot. I put it inside my Walksnail goggles and I couldn't record, and I formatted it like an idiot. But this is what. Yeah, I'll take it.
That fucking sucks.
You guys at the chat.
You guys, I just moss SD cards.
Yeah, let's focus. Yeah.
One is none, bro.
Just focus.
This way. Let's focus. Focus in. Yeah, so I got the long range. Let me put it in the light for you guys. And it's a dual antenna. So with this little apex frame, I got the one that's mounted on the frame, has the little cutout for the antenna. And then I remixed this other mount so I could put it between the walk snail. So you see it's got that vertical horizontal thing going on. It's 4 antennas. It's pretty sick. Looks pretty cool. It works good too, man. It's beautiful. This quad flies beautiful, bro. I got the T-motive motors on here, 1404s, walk snail, and this FC stack. This is an AIO FC stack from Diatone. It's the new Mamba MK4. Even though it's an AIO, it's 2 boards, and they actually have a ribbon cable that comes through, and it comes to the top. Just kind of, let me get my flashlight. I'll help you guys a little bit.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Can you replace
it's pretty old school, actually. It reminds me of the old Kakute flight controller a little bit, but that was just the gyro that was soft mounted on top.
Yeah.
But dude, what an awesome flight controller this thing is, man. It's beautiful to work on. It's such a nice layout. And it's very high quality. It's got heat sinks. It's got oversized FETs for the ESCs, and they have heat sinks on them. And the heat sinks act as a mounting point for the top board. I don't know if you can see that. Those are the heat sinks on the side right there. You got 2 there and 2 here. But I first came across this flight controller watching Dreamman did a quick review on it, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool looking. And I built it, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to be using this flight controller exclusively on my builds. It's 3 to 6S, and apparently it's capable of carrying a heavy 5-inch quad with no issues. So
Yeah, I don't see why not.
yeah, we'll see.
I've seen tiny all-in-ones fucking built into a 10-inch quad.
DQ says analog till death, just like ice motors. Fight me. I mean, I will fly analog until it's dead, and then see where I'm at. My unifries don't fry generally, so.
All right, there we go.
Can't beat that connected feel of an analog quad. I haven't flown HD0, so I can't really vouch for that. But
yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going. I'm
nothing.
I'm definitely gonna buy the HD0 system too, just because I want to see what it feels
I mean,
like.
it's like I think to see somebody like Min Chan do the switch, that's a pretty large statement.
It is. He hasn't uploaded a fucking analog video since he switched.
Nah, he's been going hard too.
Yeah, he has like a new video out every
We need everybody
6
was
days
kung fu
nowadays.
fighting.
Everybody was fast and lightning.
We're in Rasta mode tonight. Rasta mode. For now. What else is new? Is there any other news?
Yes. Tell me, I don't know.
Howard the
Hit
Duck.
me up at Banana Hammocks.
Banana hammocks at Grindr.com.
Don't forget. Tell your friends.
Someone said that they used to write their lyrics by looking at Taco Bell sauce packets and arranging them.
That's awesome.
Doesn't take much.
All I know is the guy playing this reggae is using a orthophone stylus, and it just makes me smile because he's actually played it on vinyl.
Friend cut her hair. Uh-oh.
And it's not even
Howard
that
the
short.
Duck rules.
She's like, my hair's so short. It's not.
Howard the
short
Duck
is-
was my
is
idol
short?
when I was like 13.
Yeah.
Howard the
Fucking
Duck?
love Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck? He was the coolest duck I've ever seen. No
It's
offense.
supposed to be making a newer Howard the Duck. I haven't heard
No.
anything since they announced it fucking
They
a couple
can't
of years
do that.
ago.
I
Certain
mean,
things you gotta just leave alone. You know what I mean?
well, didn't he make a cameo in one of the Guardians of the Galaxies? Wasn't there, or something? Or was it the Christmas special?
Or something.
The Chris- it
Isn't
might have been the
something?
Christmas-
Is that the question?
It might have been the Christmas special or something. I swear there was a shot of him somewhere or something. There was a cameo.
Yeah, no, they did. I can't remember where I saw it, but it was in his universe.
My phone died.
Hmm.
What just happened?
Isn't Howard the Duck Marvel?
Is he? I thought that was like
Is he Marvel?
Sure he is.
Really?
I thought that was
I'm pretty
independent.
sure he is.
That's wild.
I thought it was just Mel Brooks or something doing something stupid.
No, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure Howard the Duck's Marvel.
That would be Spaceballs.
Yeah, did
Yes,
some Mel
exactly.
Brooks.
But that's what I think of when I think of Howard the Duck. I think of Spaceballs and movies like that.
Yeah,
You know?
Howard the Duck is Marvel Universe.
Wow. Learned something new every day.
Well, he was apparently, if you look at the, is this real? Just making sure this is real, but apparently
Isn't it something?
it is something. Apparently he was in the end game in the final battle with Thanos. There was a cameo potentially in there.
Right, yeah, that's what. No, well, actually, yesterday played. They just said Thor.
Wow.
I want to say that these guys here are all from the same universe, and the AI knows it.
Yeah, he was. It was Guardians. The post credit scene of Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah.
I would like to see a DuckTales reboot.
King Turkey, what up?
That would make me happy.
DuckTales.
DuckTales was
Woo.
my favorite show when I was a kid.
My kids were watching that shit the other day.
Launchpad was my inspiration to fly.
Hell yeah, fucking.
Hell yeah,
Launchpad.
dude! Launchpad rules.
This shit.
Couldn't land.
Nice flippy floppy.
Rubik's Cube cubed. Rubik's Cube squared.
Sometimes I flip, sometimes I flop. Sometimes I flip flop.
Everybody's singing DuckTales right now. It's just gonna be stuck in y'all's head. Woo!
Yeah, it is.
You guys should check out. You want to see some interesting flying? DQ was asking like the newest moves. You want to see some interesting flying? You got to watch Infinity Loop's channel. It's got heads flies on there. There's a few good pilots on there, but you got to see the things that they do, bro. And he has a live stream that he does like does like 3 days a week where he just goes in the simulator and all Boner FPV's maps he sends to heads first. So heads will try out like these new prototype maps, and he just streams and flies.
Are you talking about Velocidrone?
It's Velocidrone, yeah. But he streams 2 or 3 days a week, and Boners is always making new maps, and he sends them to heads first, and then heads just flies them. But the point being that you want to talk about some crazy moves, like it's insane watching that guy fly, dude. He does some crazy innovative shit, and I'm like, yeah, all right, he's in a simulator, and the next thing you know, he puts out a video testing a quad. He does the same shit in front of his house. I'm like, that's crazy, bro. Look at a guy who's some pilot, you know. But you want to see some innovative shit, you gotta watch that channel.
Something.
Some pilot.
Some pig, you got it. My man.
Has anyone ever eaten a Canada goose egg? No, but Audie's on Grindr.
Yeah, banana hammocks at grinder.com. Hit me up.
Infinity loops. DQ.
I got you.
Like fruit
Try and
loops.
take it easy. Go blow some shit up.
Links in the chat for his.
What are you gonna
YouTube
blow
channel.
up?
Yeah, Infinity Loops. It's actually a channel that has a few different pilots on it. Heads is just one of the main guys on that channel.
Trinity, are you playing The Division or
I haven't played that game in years.
State of I don't play?
Yeah, Phoenix.
Phoenix, did he post a new video recently?
That shit. It's just
Yeah, he's
the
insane.
most recent couple are fucking just amazing.
He's a racer, Phoenix?
He's a freestyle
Fucking
pilot.
bando smasher.
Put a link for that if you got it. I want to check him out.
He's
DT.
pilot of the week soon.
He hasn't posted a video in a month, but his last one is fucking fire.
Yo, is anybody? I'm gonna totally change the subject for a split second. Anybody gonna play Diablo 2? Sorry,
Diablo
Diablo
4.
4. I mean, sorry. Yeah,
Yes, I will
D4.
play it.
I love Diablo, bro.
Diablo 4 is gonna be
I don't know what Diablo is.
Diablo 4 open beta is this weekend, and you can pre-download it. Pre-download it
You said
now.
you don't know what.
I don't know why I said Diablo 2. Fucking. I'm just,
Diablo is one of the best.
because he
That
wrote
game is
D2.
Fantastic, bro. It's like one of the OG classic, like
You know,
Nirvana
the last
status.
game other than GTA is Tony Crack for me.
GTA is cracked, but fucking.
I mean, literally, that's literally the last thing that I spent.
You know what's funny? One day, I'll tell you guys a funny story. One day, my cousin, he's like 6 years younger than me. He's like, "Cause you gotta play this game. It's fucking awesome." And it was Worms. You ever play Worms?
Sure. Like
So
Snake
I'm like,
on
dude,
my
this
Nokia.
is a bite off of Hogs of War. Did you ever play Hogs of War? And he was like, no. I'm like, dude, Hogs
Not sure
of
if
War.
I played Hogs of War.
It's time based, one move over a certain period. It's the same exact thing, full blown strategy game. But Hogs of War was awesome, dude. That was the original Worms. But it made me think of that when you're saying that, like, you know.
I'm just bringing it up because like I pre-downloaded Diablo 4 beta. The thing today, it's fucking 80 gigabytes.
When does the open beta start?
Noon Friday.
And my buddy did the closed beta because he pre-ordered it. He said it's. Really
I
good.
heard it's really good. Yeah, I was like, I've heard it is the best game to play if you want to just be mindless. Like if you just want to have something to just mindlessly play, Diablo 4 is like amazing for that apparently, which I like. But I heard it's really good, and a lot of people are bitching because it's always connected. It's a live session. You have to be connected to the internet to play it, but it makes
Wasn't Diablo 2 like
Your
that?
live
Though?
session.
Or Diablo 3?
The original Diablo
27.
wasn't even multiplayer.
I
The
played
original
D3 on
Diablo.
PlayStation, and you had to be connected to
What up,
PSN
Maddie?
anyway.
Maddie.
Maddie
Like,
Blunts.
what? Chaos.
What up?
All I know is like I'm trying to get a couple things done tomorrow, so that way Friday to Monday,
Oh, skeet,
I'm
skeet,
gonna just
skeet.
I'm cracking the fuck out this weekend. If it's actually good and the servers don't crash, I'll be playing all weekend. That's my plan this weekend.
It's on Steam, you said? Or?
BattleNet. It's Blizzard. Yeah. Well, because Greg and I think we're talking about, like, you know, with Diablo Immortal, the mobile game got trashed because it was basically pay to win. And
yeah, that was my biggest concern with T4.
But
and I've heard it's not any pay to win at all.
Yeah, they swear it's not going. There won't be. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine that. No, there's gonna be battle passes. Everything's fucking battle passes.
Before multiplayer was even a thing.
Yeah, I had that.
I sat up for 48 hours straight to beat that game, bro. I fucking was obsessed with that game. It was awesome. I love games where you could rank up your weapons, you know, and you could find shit. I love that. Like, you know, you could just get as diesel as possible.
I can only. I gotta like do like Elden Ring. When I called it before Elden Ring came out. I was like, Elden Ring's coming. I'm out. 2 weeks. Bye. I'm taking vacation for 2 weeks and playing fucking Elden Ring, and that's what I did, dude. It's
Elder Scrolls. Or?
No, Elden Ring is basically a live MMO style Dark Souls. So Dark Souls is known for extremely mechanical combat. And so, like, it's super easy to die. Like, there's no fucking mercy. Like, if you fuck up, you can't just button mash. You have to, like, do combos and things in time. Yeah. And if you don't, you just get fucking wiped out, like, immediately. Like, it's like one hit from a boss and you're dead. It's a tough game, but it's so fucking, like, when you beat it, you're like, fuck yeah.
It's a damn fucking good game.
It's a really good game.
The best mechanical game I ever played like that, even though it wasn't a fighting game, was on PS2. The original Driver, bro. The original Driver, where you had to use your handbrake and you drift.
Dude,
and
yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Some of those missions will have you failing just because you fucking ran a red light and shit.
Exactly, bro. That game was so good. Where the combination of perfection through, like, each phase stage was like one mistake.
I remember, like, one of the first missions had you driving around this parking garage. And, like, you had to, like, I think you had to, like, do something in there. But, drift. Dude, it was fucking, you had to drift, and it was hard as fuck.
Yeah. That game was awesome.
I mean, bro, I want to get out and fly, but so tonight it's warming. It's finally starting to get into the 50s, but it's just going to rain for, like, the next 2 fucking weeks. I think there's, like, one day that it doesn't rain in, like, the next 2 weeks on the forecast right now. I'm just like,
it sucks.
Fucking,
it was nice out here today. It was, like, 55, 60.
We had some great weather to let. We didn't get a drop of rain for like 5 weeks.
Well, there's a bunch. I mean, if you get any of what we got coming, there's a bunch coming your way.
Well,
you're down south, so I forgot.
But now is when we get hit with the rainy season. The rainy season, it rains every day, but it rains short though. It rains for like 2 hours a day, and then it's like bipolar weather we get in the summertime in Florida. It's crazy.
Oh, dude, every time I spend time down in Miami, it's like every day, 4 o'clock-ish, rains for about 15, 20, maybe an hour, if that, and then it's done. Yeah, it fucking pours, and then it just stops, and then it's nice.
And then the sun's out in like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's so hot that everything's drenched, and then 5 minutes later, everything's bone dry.
I totally remember Pong. I remember Pong when it was just the fucking base station thing by itself. And that was all it did, was Pong. It was just the 2 paddle things on each side of the thing, and that was it. Fucking Pong. I remember when fucking Asteroids came out in the arcade. My dad took me to play it the day it came out. Fucking. That's why I'm such a video game junkie. I grew up playing games.
Oh man, I should have. The first thing I should have did when I got
watching
home.
People play games.
The first thing I should have did when I got home today was download the video from today's flight session on the job. I was working in Lake Worth, and it's like a rough area, like, you know. So I'm flying, and it's dead quiet. Next thing you know, this dude rolls up on me, bro. He's on a BMX bicycle. He came like creeping real slow, and he was like inching towards me, and I seen him from about 60 yards out as I was diving and stuff like that. And he was just quiet, and he came right up to me, and bro, I did this fucking rotation like this around me, bro. The kid almost fell off his bike, You know, but I had to. I didn't know what he was gonna do. It was like I used my
it's
drone
always
as like
what
a force
you do,
field.
bro.
You know?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Thank God it wasn't the little baby drone. It was my 3-inch, which is not huge, but you know,
Wow,
it's
sounds
scary
fucking
enough.
scary.
Yeah, it was scary enough. But he ended up being cool. He was like, I don't know what you're wearing on your head. He was like, I was like, oh, these are goggles. That's how I fly. I was telling him everything about it. He was all right. But I scared him.
He got caught.
Yeah, no, it was a little weird at first.
Did you get the?
Dude, yeah, no.
It was a little weird at first because he came slow and then like he started like inching up slow on his bike and I was watching him because as soon as I seen him initially peripherally with the quad, I started paying attention to him from a distance with my quad and the way he was like with his bicycle kind of like. And he was coming close to me. I thought the kid was gonna like club me over the head or something. That's why I used it as like a weapon right away. I brought it in like a fucking samurai sword.
Orbit, let's go, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you get the white or gray goggles?
I got the black, the gray
or the black ones, or whatever. Yeah,
the walk snail.
The walk snails. Yeah, I like the black ones better. I always had the Fat Sharks my whole life, so I was like, you know what, let me change it up a little bit. I just got the True RC antennas too, bro. They're awesome. The upgraded antennas, so
nice.
So I didn't, like I said though, I thought I was gonna get those antennas and I was gonna be able to fly through buildings and have no problem, but still get latency. I don't know what it is. I gotta figure it out. You know, I may have to set the, you know something? I may have never set the power on this VTX. Now I'm thinking about it. This is a new build. That's got to be it.
Could be.
I never set the power on it. You got to do that on in the. I got to do it on the OSD.
Yeah.
No, not the goggles. That well, if you, I didn't figure out how to do it in Betaflight yet because for some reason Betaflight is just not communicating with my VTX. It says no when it says
it says no.
No, you know, well you don't use Betaflight, but Betaflight is smart audio ready, and it says no or yes. It never says yes. It's even when I'm plugged in. I don't know why.
You don't change the power output from the goggle OSD.
The goggle OSD, you could control the power output from the goggles itself, 1200 milliwatts. But the VTX, you control through Betaflight or.
No, if you get 12, you're not transmitting 1200 milliwatt off your goggles.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
The goggles you can set to 1200, but then if
no, that's gonna set your VTX, bro.
It does set your VTX?
Yes, that should set your VTX.
Because then if I go to my OSD, if I go to my my stick menu, my OSD,
but walk snail,
then you go to VTX, and the VTX says 50, and I changed it.
But you're going to smart audio? Is that the tab you're going to?
Yeah, I don't
smart
think,
audio.
I don't think Betaflight's telling you the correct information there.
If anything, like, I've never done that sort of control in Betaflight, but it's using it. I thought Walksnail used MSP like DJI for its OSD and all that shit.
I've never changed my output in DJI through Betaflight. It's always been through my goggles.
So I don't know. Maybe it's right then.
I'm still
learning.
It's not going to be smart audio though. It's going to be if there's a control for that through the flight controller. I don't think it would
even
be
with the
smart
O3
audio.
and using their smart audio type. You don't control VTX
because with the little quad, the little quad, when I go through the smart audio, it limits you to 350, which I thought was accurate because that VTX only goes up to 350, the 1S VTX. So I'm gonna look. I have to do some research. There's limited information available. You know, when I try to go down a rabbit hole with this, either that or I'm just not searching correctly, but I don't know what I'm doing yet, honestly. I'm still learning, you know, it's still new to me. I'm only in a couple of weeks.
The thing I haven't, to be fair, I haven't fucked with Betaflight VTX tables and all that shit in fucking ages. We didn't obviously worry about it so much, and I mean, theoretically a VTX table could control your VTX, but aside from that, I don't know.
Well, it's like I said. I mean, I'm coming from analog, so I'm learning. You know,
Matty Blunt says smart audio does nothing to walk now. That's what I would. I would expect. So it's MSP, if anything, and if anything else, it's part of the like I said, part of the VTX table. And I don't.
Right.
I am not privy to digital VTX control.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. Like, see, I'm glad Matty said that because I don't know any better. Like I said, so if I'm setting the goggles at 1200, then my VTX is set at 1200. That's it.
Or whatever max is. You know, if it's not 1200, it's probably whatever the max setting is. Yeah, it's MSP, right?
It is MSP, yeah. MSP display port. That's what I set in the ports with better flight and everything like that. But I've been very confused with the power output because, you know, I'm getting latency when at short distances where I'm like, well, how is this possible?
What frame rate are you set to right now?
Now I'm set to normal. I was on high, and then I changed it to normal, thinking that was the reason.
Well, 60, 120, 100. What do you have? What is it?
Normal is 60. I'm pretty sure.
Well, 60 is going to give you more latency than 100. More FPS is lower latency.
No. I'm talking about bit rate. My frame rate I have set high. My bit rate I have set normal. Bit rate and frame rate are two different settings with the walk now. I don't know if it's the same with DJI.
That's correct. No, that's correct. Yes. Well, you're not going to set your frame rate. I mean, I don't know the menu settings of walks now, but frame rate should be 1/120 or 1/60 or 1/200 or whatever. You know what I mean? Unless it's on auto.
You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to put the goggles on, stay in audio. I'm going to tell you exactly what I say.
Milliwatts and megabits are two different things.
Because Maddie's in here. Maddie knows, and that's good because I have no idea. So you guys could help me brainstorm a little bit. I don't know. Do I have to plug my quad in to set that too? Does my quad have to be communicating with the goggles, or could I set it through the goggles even without the quad plugged in?
No, you gotta have the VTX on.
Well, having the VTX on would change it, obviously. But if the VTX is off, would the settings still be there?
No, I believe you have to be. You're bound to that VTX. I believe you have to do it while the VTX is on. I don't know the
antennas, bro. I love them.
I don't know the quirks of Voxnail yet, but with DJI you would have to have the VTX on.
Yeah, I would assume it's the same thing too. Yeah, goggles and quad on. He says okay.
Maddie, are you flying Voxnail? Put a Dan on your VTX and power up. I was gonna say a fan.
I know one Dan, but I don't know if it'll fit.
I was wondering, like, is it, put a dab on your VTX and power up. That's what you could do. Maddie says, "No, I am not." Yeah, I am not either. Someday I might get the module, but it's lower on my priority list. I'd rather get HZ0 goggles first.
Well, it's shipping now.
Yeah, maybe this year I'll grab a set. And like I said, I'm sitting on a couple pair of analog goggles right now.
I think that, well, I hope that Voxnail just keeps on innovating and competing with the other.
Well, I think I was just happy because I know, like, last week or whatever, you were concerned about whatever the rumors were going on, and when I saw Cadix drop those out, I was like, that's what I expected.
Yeah, good.
It's what I expected, honestly. But it was just good and reaffirming for those, that might be concerned.
Skeptical about it. Sure.
Yeah. No, it's definitely good because they've been a little quiet, but they haven't really been out that long. So I mean, this is good pacing. I feel like for something to be happening. I mean, there's plenty of companies that ain't done shit. I actually saw, fucking bro. Speaking of companies that ain't done shit, I saw the dude from Orca was like, "Yeah, we'll release digital when we have something that's better than everybody else." I was like, "You guys said you were releasing digital, like it was already a done deal. Now it's wait, what are you saying now?
Saw your
like,
casings and shit.
What are you saying, bro? Like seriously, like." I mean, okay. I'm sure they already have stuff better than what's currently available. It's probably just too goddamn expensive, but it's like...
Well, it's probably it's being used by somebody, then they can't use they have control.
Now releasing these goggles, $4,600.
Yeah, fucking...
Private.
They record. They fly in 8K with 0 latency.
Quantum link.
Oh man, where's my?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Dude?
I just haven't heard anything
batteries,
or seen anything.
They've got 20x15 fucking aspect, fucking 700 degrees of field of view. It's like, bro, Orca be fucking around, bro. I have to call that one out. I love Orca. But I was just, when I saw that the other day, I was like, really? That's what you're saying now? Like, it just was like very, sad. It's very sad. I was just like, because they did it. Because look, all things being equal, obviously there's a lot of supply chain issues in the world today, right? A lot of companies are behind the ball trying to ship products and bullshit.
No,
but at the end of the day, no. Last year they're like, end of year we're gonna have something, at least, and then they showed some shit. And now it's like, and it's supposed to be coming, and then it's like, okay, you showed us boxes. What the fuck? Like, bro. And then literally, it was like within the last week, I saw a conversation, and then they chimed in. He's like, we'll release one that's better than everybody else. It's like, dude, just get the ball going already, for fuck's sakes,
Just come out with V1.
I mean, bro, you might love DJI, or you might love Walksnail, or whatever the case. Look, one thing I think we all can agree on is that the more competition, the better, to push each company to do better than they're doing today. And so let's get it going, like fucking, let's get it working, get the ball rolling, let's get some more choices happening. Let's see what can happen. Competition's a good thing.
No, just kidding.
No, I fucking love Orca. I just fucking, it's really sad that to see that. It's like you're way late on your promises again.
Yeah.
Again.
This is.
And they tried to say that they wouldn't be, and
look, I
well,
believe
here we are.
I believe in the product. I like the product. I own the product.
Ready for my startup zone?
Yeah.
Fucking throttle goes to 100 and shreds his face off.
It's a 3-inch.
3-inch hurts, bro.
Still shred your face up.
Fucking
flesh against.
That's what you do. That is what you do. Whenever you're testing your quad, do that.
Right next to your face.
What happened to cement? Well, we don't know. Yeah, we heard he's blind.
It's like, dude.
Last we heard he's blind.
David,
we don't know what happened to him now.
David Lee Sloth.
All right, so I'm not going to be able to see what you say. Well, actually,
what?
I can hear it. I can see what you say. Actually,
I cannot see what you say. Yes, we disabled subtitling for this evening session.
I'm like, why is it black? I got my lens cap on. Right. Wow. Swift duck. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I can't see what you're saying. Hold on.
Because going to fly the best you've ever had. Any quad fly ever.
Well, darts, not for nothing. Like I'm hoping the walk snail thing definitely pushes them to put out something on a better level. I'm not gonna lie. I'm truly happy to see somebody using a Sony sensor. And that's a good thing. So Sony's got good low light, and let's push that sensor tech. Fucking.
Yeah, the problem with the O3 night vision is, like,
kind of
in order to get a presentable image,
DJI. I don't know what
to fly with the poorest possible light quality. But if you want to get a usable image on the O3 to fly at night, it's grainy as shit, and you can see. But
I'm going I'm in settings right now. Okay.
I got two FedTech build Spagoose.
Spagoose has never had any good luck flying
so listen,
anything
in
that's
settings
related.
Transmit power. goes to 1200 milliwatts.
But didn't you say you're using a 300,
VTX, right?
350 milliwatt fucking?
No, I got the regular size VTX plugged in now. So
okay.
But no matter what I'm using, it's always that same option: transmit power, 1200 milliwatts.
Mm-hmm.
25, 200, 500, 700, 1000, and 1200.
Mm-hmm.
My options. So I have it set to 1200 naturally. Resolution 720 instead of 1080, obviously. Bit rate standard, frame rate high, standby mode I'm going to put on just so I don't fry my VTX right now.
What are the options under frame rate?
Frame rate, the options are high and standard.
What the hell does that even mean?
High is 100 frames per second, standard is 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it only has 2 frame rate options.
That's it, yeah. It's like I said, it's very limited. And that's under camera. The only settings for camera is you have scene, day and night or auto, the EV, saturation, sharpness, white balance, rotate, and ratio. That's it. So there's really limited settings with the camera as well. And then playback
just grab any harness and plug it in, Spagoose?
Playback is nothing. Channels, I have all 8 channels.
Well,
and that's it.
The shitty part is right now is that since Walksnail can't record more than 1080, you got that nice sensor on there that's you're not really getting the full advantage of in terms of DVR. One thing I was gonna say, Darts, is that I need to actually go back and look at a little bit more O3 footage.
I'm confused about what does the zoom out mean? Does anybody know what that is? Zoom out. It goes from 10% to 100%.
I don't know in Walksnail. I think if you're color grading, you could potentially bring some of the detail and some of the dynamic range back with the D-log, but you have to fly D-log. So that's the thing. D-log would definitely give you a bit more latitude in your dynamic range, and in some of the stills I've looked at, or in some of the video, which actually came from the Avada, but it's the same difference. Fucking, you can pull a bit of the dynamic range back in coloring, but it isn't as great as GoPro or plenty of other things out there.
And how about Viewfinder? What the fuck is Viewfinder, bro? I have no idea what that is either.
It's something to help you find your view.
Zoom should crop in on the...
Thanks, Doc.
I don't...
Thank God you are here.
Do you have the latest firmware on that shit?
Huh? No, I don't. Because
Zoom should punch in and make your field of view... Like, punching in your field of view. It should punch in. That's what it should technically do. I don't know what it's doing on there, if anything.
Well, I just realized now why I had a problem with my OSD. I should have probably played with this a little more. Evidently, my OSD was not centered. That's why it only worked on the PAL in the right positioning. Now that I set it right, it shifted top left, which makes sense because in HD mode in Betaflight it was bottom right. So I'm gonna see right now. I'm gonna go into Betaflight and see what's going on with that. It's pretty cool. Okay.
So Betaflight added and EmuFlight added. There's some HD OSD presetting. So Betaflight should have the problem. The problem is though is that we've seen some differences in the way that DJI was handling it versus HD0 versus Walksnail. There's a little bit of funk in that between them systems and how Betaflight and EmuFlight are dealing with it. EmuFlight, if you want to run like canvas mode, you need to flash a specific target for it that basically turns off the DJI and flips it over, which with the cloud building on Betaflight you could probably do too. But
you know what I realized I could have did, and now that I have these goggles, I have HDMI out. I could actually share my screen, but that's a lot. I got to do all that. Whatever the case may be, I'm curious to see now if I can set my OSD to HD now because I wasn't able to do that.
Check it.
You should have fucking whatchamacallit. So what was your bit rate set to?
My bit rate is set to normal, which is what I want, you know.
But you're saying you're having a lot of
that should give me the best latency. Theoretically, it should give me the best latency. Did you guys hear me still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you really? Do you really think? Do you notice much of a difference between 50 and 25 on DJI?
Well,
in terms of latency,
according to Bardwell, the latency is better on 25. There's actually less. Forget the way he worded it. There's less.
I always just fly 25, but that's
he was saying is more drops using fucking
50.
50, yeah, like it's less consistent than 25.
Oh, that sucks. That's the whole point, is to have consistency.
That's not a thing.
I've always just flown 25.
DJI has lower latency, the higher bitrate.
Yeah. All right, so I'm moving around my OSD menu now.
Spagoose does 100% yes.
Spagoose fried his flight controller as we were talking.
Wow,
No
really?
way.
That's fucking terrible, bro.
First time pinning an ESC to an FC.
I mean, does that happen a lot when you drink?
Wait, anytime you build a
Too soon, Artie.
if you knew the struggle that this dude has gone through with Kiss quads and the fact that he just fried another one, you would be laughing at him too.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I learned my lesson with that. You got to use a continuity tester, bro. Before you plug in.
That's what darts, yeah.
Always use it. You know what I mean? You gotta, because that thing, it works with 1S up to 100S. Just touch those two leads together with the probes. If you get a beep, then don't plug in. It's that simple. If you do,
Spagoose feels like now. Is that? Are you talking about V2 or O3 Spagoose?
that sucks though, man. I hate hearing that.
I usually just flew 25 out just because I was flying with people, and so I've just always stuck on 25 megabit.
Give that shit to Joe. He'll be able to fix that, Spagoose. Or at least he'll give you an idea of how you can bypass that. Because I fried a 5-volt rig on one, and he was gonna
swap
fix it. I just never got around to it.
I'll tell you what else I did, which worked instantly. This is the first quad I ever built where I just changed settings in the filters, and it flew perfect without touching any of the PIDs. I couldn't believe it. But I used Chris Ross's method, which I'll tell you right now because I'm in better flight. Turned off the low pass filters, the gyro filters, turned on a notch filter, set it to 500, 100, and 600. Turned off the low pass filter, took off the link between the filter dependencies and changed it from part 1 to biquad. It sounds like a lot, what I just told you. Here, I'll share my screen. I could do that. I could do that. Video.
People have been teaching that filtering methodology for quite some time. It's just changed a little bit because Betaflight's filtering has changed a little bit. You're just running RPM and dynamic.
Yeah. Oh, you can see.
Yeah, I mean, every filter you can turn off will reduce your input latency.
Well, right, but I'm saying setting it
actually
like this,
it will help your prop wash handling.
Yeah, look,
more than anything.
Exactly. Setting it like this, I couldn't believe I had no prop wash. Look at my PIDs. My PIDs are almost dead on. I just lowered my D a touch, but what I really should have did was lowered my.
Got a black box log?
Dynamic D. I do. Oh, I just erased it. Idiot! I just erased it. Look, I just erased it just now. I wish I would have did that, but it's fine, beautiful. But I could tell right away the one thing is full-blown punch outs. So it's getting a very slight wobble.
From now on, it's gonna be all right. We gotta see. We want to see logs.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, logs don't lie, dude. It's like
you're goddamn right.
It's like video footage, you know. But I knew right away by the punch out with that slight wobble on punch outs in certain situations, especially with heavy pitch, that my dynamic D was a little bit too high. I think that my max.
That's what she said.
Was a little high. You know, it was too much. It was just too much D for her. I had to lay back. We're like children, you know that?
Indeed. Fucking.
Definitely like children. Let's play caption.
That playlist actually got a long way to go. That's awesome, though.
That's done. Let's see if my OSD is correct. Curious.
Well, now he's gone.
Oh, shit.
He's gone gray.
He's gone plaid. All right, where's the stuff? Okay, it is.
It's that time.
It is.
I turn off my OBS. Is that what I did?
Yeah, probably. That's what it looks like.
I'm refreshing the playlist.
Refresh that bitch.
Refresh this shiznit.
Anybody got any good shit coming up?
Yeah, anybody got anything we need to announce? Anybody going anywhere cool?
Yeah.
Let me
People are starting to get to spring break, right?
I'm flying with B-Rad soon. He doesn't know yet.
Shout out to B-Rad.
Shout out to B-Rad.
Yeah.
Don't tell him until it happens.
Excuse me.
I'm just gonna show up at his house.
Just show up at the dock for Bando Island and be like, Brad, where you at? Where's your boat?
Let me turn off Facebook. Close that. Close that. Close that. Close that.
YouTube now.
Weird. Let me turn that down.
Ah, there it is. I got
There we go. All right.
Now I'm happy.
Let's get these videos going. We can keep bullshitting. Bullshitting.
Bullshit.
Bullshitting.
Yeah.
No, but you know, B-Ride, he's awesome. He's always got the touch, and he's always like, dude, because now I'm in Florida, and my mother's in Vero Beach, which is where he lives, and he's like, dude, you better call me the next time you go. I'm like, absolutely. And you know, it just turns out that the trip's falling into place to go to
This dude's about to dive Matterhorn.
Nice.
So definitely gonna hit B-Rad up.
Jesus.
Hopefully he's local. I know he's a pilot as well. He may be out of state.
We got Flow FPV.
Let's go.
Okay, let's see how my flow is going. OSD. OSD flow. Flow SD.
Flow SD.
That'd be a sick flight. Fucking Matterhorn.
OSD, bruh.
I would have recovery goats, recovery rams. You gotta domesticate rams and teach them to climb up and get your quad when it crashes.
Wow, look at that. That is fucking awesome. The OSD is dead on perfect. The whole time it was just my stupidity. Amazing how that works. So now, if I go to settings and I can change my
That's done.
position.
Hell yeah, bro.
And just bonk it.
Yeah. Slap a sticker at the
That
top.
would be legend.
Dudes, you can fucking drop a slap on that shit and film it. You would go down in history.
Yeah.
And of course, as long as you train your recovery ram, you'll be okay.
Yeah. Or llamas work too.
Small goats might be a good choice too. You could just send out like, half dozen or so. It's gonna be a little bit of loss.
Or get one of those jetpacks that you can fly up the mountain and get it.
The only danger with that is you start a fucking avalanche. Fucking
Just fly away from the avalanche.
wreck some shit.
That fucking hotel is dope.
What the fuck is a zoom out? It doesn't change anything.
That was sick, Flo.
I'm missing all the cool videos. We have to rewind now.
Oh, you fucking missed a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fire.
Not playing again.
Never, ever.
Oh,
Floff.
I deleted it off YouTube after this.
Alright, that's it.
Selby?
It is.
Yeah. The bags thing.
out there flying that shit like a quad.
Yeah, it's very nice. Okay, boys, I'll be right.
Yeet Wing 5000.
Yeah. That shit right there melts. In a one.
He can turn while upside down like that, or is he using a 360 cam?
I believe I've seen some 360 footage on a couple of things, but a wing can turn inverted, yes.
Okay, yeah, so he probably is, alright.
No, he's flying that shit.
This all looks flown to me. Yeah, this all looks flown
Yeah,
to
this
me.
looks like DVR footage, so.
Look at that shit. Like,
Dude, I mean,
how nasty is this game?
not for nothing.
Fucking sick.
03 could probably work really well on a wing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That would actually be a
Built-in stabilization.
well. I was gonna say with
Cam and
gyroflow, yeah. Fucking gyroflow it. Shoot D-Log or D-Cinelike, sorry, whatever the fuck it is.
Thank you, Matty, for checking.
Their version of GoPro flat.
It might be an obsolete function at this point, just like the share function is obsolete.
I don't know that.
Goggles.
Is it obsolete or just not implemented?
It's not. Well, that's what I meant. Not implemented.
I mean, as I understand it, the firmware was not fully implemented, but before, you know, I don't know where it all is now.
You could change those settings though, the zoom settings. It's just I don't see any difference whatsoever in the image.
Mm-hmm.
You figure if you set the zoom to 10%, it should literally shrink the field of view at least, but nothing changes. It's weird. I don't know. Whatever. You know what time it is? It's NyQuil time.
I wonder if you're running 720. What if you put it in 1080?
That's a good point. Maybe 1080.
See if you can change stuff in 1080 at all. Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm just putting it out there as some, you know, because in DJI some things you can't even select if you're not in certain modes, or maybe they just don't do anything if you're in certain modes. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's used that either. That's I agree with Matty because I don't see why it wouldn't crop. It's still a 16:9 image, whether it's 720 or 1080. It doesn't make sense that it would crop only in 1080. I'll try it though, but I'm not plugging a quad in over and over again. It's getting hot.
Walk snails are the current camera you have is it a 4.3 sensor or a 16:9 sensor?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I really don't. I think it's 4.3 maybe. No, it's probably 16:9. I don't know. I'm just speculating, honestly. I don't know. I really don't.
I'm pretty sure walk style cameras are 16:9, but I could be wrong.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think so too, because I think
4.3 sensor though.
I think there was a thought that because, you know, like I said, a lot of freestylers prefer 4.3, so I think that was there was a comment about not having 4.3 in the walk snail. I just don't remember definitively.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow, that's like the same exact.
So I'm assuming those features are for stuff that just isn't, implemented, or for cameras and sensors that aren't out yet or whatever. But the HD is confirmed 4.3, right? The new Pro, the new HD.
Not the Pro.
Right, the Pro.
The other one.
What is the Pro though? I haven't seen a definitive answer what's in that fucker.
The Pro is native 16:9. I know that. The other camera is you could switch 4.3 or 16:9, and they showed. I think it was Ned's Tech showed or it was Bardwell. I don't remember either one. But he had the camera on his desk, and then he switched back and forth, and it shows no significant difference vertically. Really, I don't know why. One crops the image totally with no gain. And I can't, like, once again, I'm very
so all right, so you have either a 16:9 sensor or you have a 4:3 sensor. If you have a 4:3 sensor and you switch to 16:9, it crops the top and bottom. If you have a if you have a 16:9 sensor and you switch to 4:3, it crops the sides.
Right. I think there's two different sensors in those cameras because one is switchable and one of them isn't. Right? It makes sense that because the night camera is the pro camera, and that one you cannot switch to 4:3, which suggests that they're only using that Sony sensor in the pro camera, right?
I thought they were both Sony sensors.
You would know better than me. I'm just.
Well, then that's what I'm surprised. Well, that's what I'm confused because the specs are kind of not all there yet, and that's why I was asking about the recording and shit earlier because I was just like, what the hell? Because the Starvis 2 spec shows a 4K sensor, but they're only listing 2K right now on the 1 version, and they don't even list it on the Pro. Like,
yeah, it's weird. I think they rushed the release a little bit because unless they were just trying to just shock the system because there was zero talk. There was one image was leaked that you sent to us in the chat, and I didn't even see that until you sent it. Honestly, that one with, the night shot and the regular camera, and then 3 days later, boom, Bardwell had it on the news, and the next day he had it on his video. Sent it to him. But I'm saying there was no talk about it; they just dropped it. So
no, there was the announcement. Well, there were leaks. There was photos leaks, but nothing was confirmed. And then they did an announcement and said, 12 hours, we're gonna make an announcement. And then fucking.
How far back were the leaks, though? It's not like they were weeks; it was days. The leaks. It wasn't a big time offset. You know what I mean?
I don't definitively know. So.
The leaks that I seen were like days before. Days. I didn't see anything. The point is I think that they made it, they released it, and that's why there's limited spec information on them. You know what I mean? But there'll be plenty of testing. That's for sure.
It's a sick vid, Marcel.
Yeah, it is. Great camera rendering. Video rendering.
Beautiful.
Picture quality is perfect.
Yeah. We built our own FPV. All FPV.
Now that Chad's got it in my head, like, frame rates and all that good stuff, I'm paying a lot more attention to that now. I never did. Well, that's a very pretty shot. Very, very clean, very smooth. You see a spot like that, beautiful. With my luck, though, I'll fail safe. Drop the quad at the bottom of the mountain, and it'll be a 2-hour hike to go get the quad back,
Somebody is a dark-ass bando. Who's this? Yeah.
This is Ilan Villain.
Oh, it's Dylan?
You seen the cops there? That was funny. Wow. Let's see if anybody knows where this song is from. Not the remix, the original.
I'll never guess.
Fight Club. It's the last song of Fight Club.
No shit.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
Yeah.
First rule.
Ooh.
Nobody ever picked up on that either. I was a big Fight Club fan,
Yeah, I love that movie.
All my old videos, like from years ago, I used to end the video with my quad spinning on the carousel. And it would have the song in the background. And the song would start off like... And that song was the menu for Fight Club. it starts off one way and then it turns into a darker way, and it goes back to the one way because Fight Club with the two personalities.
Right.
That's the way the title menu was in Fight Club. I figured somebody over time would pick up on that, and nobody ever did. And I can't believe that. I was very disappointed. So now I just ruined it.
I mean, I haven't watched my DVD of fucking Fight Club in a gajillion years. So it's like 2000 something.
No, me
2000
either,
fucking.
Certain DVDs stick in my head. It's not like I'm sitting here with the Fight Club DVD watching it twice a week.
Well, that's where you use the menu. It's not like you get the menu on streaming.
I probably could, actually. Look, I have no doubt that Greg could. He'll have it up in 2 seconds.
Fucking.
It's probably on YouTube. Fight Club. Let me look it up.
The menu.
Fight Club DVD menu.
It might be out there. You never know.
Yeah, this is it. I got it right here. Oh, that's so fucking fantastic. Of course YouTube's got it. Hold on, I gotta pause it. I gotta put on my audio, and I gotta share my screen. Hold on.
Display captions.
Nobody's gonna see your screen.
Oh right, yeah, we're playing videos. I forget.
Got Windjumby up next.
Windjumby's got some beautiful spots too, man.
Dude, he does.
That's never been kissed. What the fuck are you showing us?
No, I know. That's the title screen. That's how it starts, bro. It starts with that, and then it glitches out, and then it goes to this, and then the music is, it's that flip, and then it goes to down here, you know, and then it's the evil house, like the Paper Street house, that house. I can't believe you don't remember that. It's crazy. I remember the only reason why I remember it so vividly is because the first time I put the DVD into the
drugs.
Next thing you know, Never Been Kissed popped up, and I was like, "What the fuck is going on? Why is this?"
I don't remember that, honestly. Yeah, it's been a long time since I watched it on DVD or whatever. It's been a long time since I think I've watched it. I actually should watch it again. I haven't seen it for a while. It's a good one.
I still have all my DVDs, believe it or not, thoughts. I do. I haven't watched them, but every once in a while, I will throw one in for my daughter. Like, my daughter wants to watch something, I'll be like, oh, did you ever see Back to the Future? You know? Or Indiana Jones, I made her watch, or Sandlot. Like, those things, before I started going crazy with my Fire Stick, I would just go to DVDs, throw it on my PlayStation, you know? Yeah. My DVDs is like one of the things I couldn't part with. Like when through the years of selling random shit, like my DVDs were like, nah, I ain't getting rid of them.
I've managed to hold on to a bunch. I had a roommate that was stealing shit from me when I was on tour, and so I lost a bunch because of that. And but horrible. I've managed to keep everything since. Blu-rays and shit.
Dude, my hat, the way it's scrunched up, doesn't it look pixelated? You see that? Looks pixelated to me. I don't know. The camera fucking sucks.
I think it's the NyQuil.
NyQuil's definitely kicking in.
Oh, yeah, that was a dope rap.
Yeah, that was sick. That was pretty sick.
Matty Blunts!
Yeah, next we got Matty Blunts. This is his entry to the bot grinder battles.
Oh shit! Shout out to bot. I was I watched last week, but I haven't. I didn't watch all the battle stuff.
I get a kick out of bodies. Funny.
Matty, you built a drop gate? What the fuck?
Oh, is he going for it? Oh, almost.
I bet your neighbors love that. Fucking tower in the backyard. I love it. I'm just chuckling about that thought though.
That's awesome.
I wish that was there when I was there.
That's pretty cool.
Matty has a... I think you should keep building. How tall can we make it? Can we make it like triple?
You're gonna have to put a lightning
rod. Put a beacon on it so planes don't run into it.
Yeah, I tell you, one bad habit I have is once I get comfortable in my home environment, I start flying when I really shouldn't fly. Today, I got home at 6:30, and I live in a townhouse complex, so there's like hundreds of people. You know what I mean? I'm ripping my 3-inch around, doing 80 miles an hour, diving trees, like fucking. I'm like, oh my god, that was close. You know, like I'm like, wow, I gotta just chill out a little bit. Like a nice open spot like that is cool. Where I'm at is a little dangerous. I'm gonna have to go back to the micro.
Artie and I both have our 107 suites. I gotta renew mine like this month. When does your shit expire, Artie?
This month.
This month? I think mine actually expires in May, but I want to get it done.
Mine is May.
Yours is May?
Mm-hmm. Mine is May too.
Do they do it? How do they do
May
the start
stuff? They never come.
What do they fucking... How is that though? Because I took my test, what? How long after you?
Not much.
Wasn't that much? I thought it was a little bit more.
I guess not. I don't know.
I guess. Well, I know they issue them, like they actually issue them. I think they do it like every month or so. You know what I mean? It's like groups.
Is it groups? Or maybe it's quarter or something.
Yeah, it might be even. I don't know.
That was a nice.
Yeah, I think because I know you and I took ours within a quarter of each other.
Yeah,
but...
yeah. I mean, it wasn't.
This is Maddie still?
Huh?
This is Maddie's video still?
No, this is me.
Oh, that's some sick flying, dude. Awesome.
Yeah, I love the spot.
He's a ripper.
He's a ripper. Spigoo said we gotta get more Boston guys in. Spigoo, did you used to watch when Gravy Leg was in here? He had the heaviest accent. He was way worse than me.
Shout out to Gravy.
Shout out old Gravy.
Old Graves.
We'll have to have Spigoo just on the show for an evening.
Yeah, definitely. Pilot Spotlight, dude.
What is this spot, Greg? Like, what is it?
It's an old ass nail factory.
It's awesome.
A nail factory?
Yeah, it's the fucking country's oldest one.
You've been flying there for ages. It's a good spot.
Yeah, it's a great spot.
What the fuck just happened?
This was today. I had a good time with it.
You got crazy skulls, my friend. I'm not even saying that just because you can hear me.
Just because you can hear him?
Just because you hear him.
Fucking sick fly, sick pilot.
Can you see his words?
I love. You know what I love about the way Greg flies, dude? The combos of tricks you put together, bro. You go from inverted yaw to a look back to a, it's sick. Very good flying.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Just speaking.
That was a fun sesh.
If I didn't think
that
so,
looked
I
fun.
wouldn't say anything, believe me. Like when Chad flies, you never hear me say anything.
Yeah, you do. You fucking run for cover when the fucking 10-inch fucking comes. I hear screaming.
That was a great day.
Wait, gonna be flying some big ass drones. What you gonna
out
be
of the
flying,
thousands of flights I've done, and you know the dozens of flights I've had with a group of people, that day sticks out in my head. First and foremost, before any other day, bro. That day at Pilgrim, that was great. You know,
what up, RZ?
Great day.
I mean, we had a lot of good days at Pilgrim.
What up, RZ?
Yeah, but that day was fun, dude.
Wait, I'm trying. Which specific one though? Which one? Which day?
That was the day where we had everybody came. You had B-Rad, you had E-Rad.
Oh, that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that day was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, Edwin came. You had Bubby came with his mom. Remember? You had Vice was there, bro. You had that day.
Nice sweets.
That day, I don't think that Gravy wasn't there. That day.
I think I fucking
went without me.
That's the day Vince hurt himself, and I kind of put that part of it out of my brain.
Yeah, he fell. He jumped off of the overpass train thing, that little train track thing. Remember?
At Pilgrim.
Hell yeah, right. Yeah, so sick.
He
shattered his
both of
his.
his. Yeah,
he fucked both of his ankles up. Yeah.
This is this is Mr. Steel flying in that fucking crazy fucking abandoned Disney castle place.
Oh yeah, much happened.
Yeah, he lost the quad there. I see he posted a video on that. You know who's been flying with them? You've been watching Phantom? I've been watching Phantom since the jump, bro. Phantom flies with them all the time, Steel, and what's his name?
Well, he lives in North Carolina.
Stingy.
With, Stingy, yeah.
Yeah. Phantom's a good pilot. But you know what I noticed about them? Like Steel, and it's so smart though, really. Like whenever they go to a place, they'll find the hardest scenario and they'll try to do it. You know what I mean? Like they were flying in that parking lot the last, I don't know, it was a few weeks ago.
When they're dropping down through the steps.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the actual location was pretty good, of course. It had a bunch of gaps in the sides and stuff like that. But just trying to do that power loop through that window and to that dive was hard, like, you know, and like pilots that have been flying for a long time will appreciate that. And that's like one of the things you posted.
They do have a good knack of finding like a thing in each spot they go to.
Yeah, exactly, bro. They find like the hardest possible thing to do. Like, let's do it. It's kind of like one of my favorite Steel videos is when he power loops into that tunnel bridge over the lake. Did you ever see that? It's like it was on a diagonal. It was like this 4x4 metal tube, like a 4x4 square metal tube that was on a 45. And he power loops up, and then he hits the tube and goes down the tube, but then the bottom of the tube, there was like a 2-foot clearance. So just fucking punch out and get out of there without just totally destroying your quad. And I was like, wow, that's what makes him so good. You know what I mean? But the point is that
what the hell is this?
It's like when he was in that location. This is like in Kabul or something. Like it's in a crazy location. He's I forget where he is. He's somewhere filming. He's been posting a lot of videos on it.
I believe this is in Turkey.
Turkey, maybe, yeah.
I want to fucking go there.
That's insane.
I want to go there.
$200 million ghost town in Turkey filled with castles reminiscent of Disneyland, this thing says. Minus all the people. Yeah.
But I'm sure there's got to be some sort of image rendering going on. I feel like it's a video game the way it looks, right?
Nah, if you look at like images of it.
I just feel like it's not like real. Doesn't look real to me.
Oh, it don't look real. I would get lost flying out there with everything looking the same.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure.
Especially with the snow.
I just want to go there and sing "We Represent the Lollipop Guild."
I just want to see a house with like a red steeple.
Yeah.
You know? Talk about a building.
Could you imagine going there on mushrooms? I mean, bro.
Then you would definitely get lost.
All these tiny little castles all over. It's just like, what the fuck?
Run a low in here. Just kind of speed
And that's like the budget area.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm gonna fucking.
That's like the lower income area that has no steeples. This is a broken steeple.
I'm gonna get a fucking strobe and wire it up for ground station because for these kind of and throw it in my flight bag.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Because being in this spot, it's like, how would you remember where the fuck you were and came from? I'm telling you, fucking strobe. I'm gonna start fucking strobe up.
GPS, dude.
He ain't flying no GPS.
You don't know. He could be.
Oh, if he's flying KISS, he sure. If he's flying KISS, he is not flying a fucking GPS. Let's start with that.
Yeah, but you know what? No, how could you have? But it's human. It's literally human. It's humanly impossible to have a sense of direction in a spot like that. How could you? And he's not even from there. You know what I mean? It's not like he flies there all the time.
The only thing you can do is look at a major landmark.
It's Lollipop Avenue 1.
Memorize where you are.
Lollipop.
That's funny.
We're not supposed to be up here, but
look for the yellow brick road. That's how you get back.
It's like, where in the fuck are you?
Nah, that's not true, Weeds. He still flies analog. He flies a bunch of different things. He flies DJI when he's working, pretty much.
Well, obviously he's flying it right now. But I suppose he was working over there, so he probably has DJI with him.
8.5, do team 8.4. I wonder when it's going to shut down.
Yeah, you seen, actually, I always watch Steel. Steel's the guy that got me into the hobby, bro. Coming across his video sporadically. But, you know, he talks about it all the time. He'll always fly analog. Or at least he says he will. But it was funny because a few months ago, when Stingy had proprietary access to the 90 FPS camera with HD0, he made Steel fly it, and Steel was like, "No, I don't like the rates. No, I can't fly. I don't like the rates." Like, he wouldn't accept it. It was just awesome, you know. But I think he has an open mind with hardware, without a doubt, you know.
Hey, unplug it. Can you unplug it? Just undo that one strap, and then unplug.
He was flying from top of the Lollipop Guild. Son of a bitch.
It's working at 5 volts.
I would love to fly it like the what's it called? What do you call that castle at Disney World?
You got it.
Fantasia.
In that video that
that's in the never-ending story.
I can say that he was flying analog in that video that Cement was just talking about. That day I saw he was flying analog that day.
He still flies analog. He flies analog, you know, exclusively for freestyle flights.
My guess is that he's probably over there shooting and that's what he had with him.
Yeah, had some free time.
Yeah, had some free time. Got to rip a dope spot.
That's a sick spot. No, he's posted like at least 3 or 4 videos of this spot. When he posted on Instagram, just a quick shot of just hovering, just learning the location. That was like 2 weeks ago. Unless he's just posted up things that he did already, he's been there for a while. You know?
Is Mr. Steve still flying KISS exclusively?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine he has beta flight on Lifter or something.
Probably.
That makes sense.
Right tool for the job.
Right tool for the job. That's right.
Your favorite firmware is one thing. If it's not good for something, well, you're not going to use it for that.
Yeah, but he's doing all big shoots now. Look at Squint's stuff, bro, too.
That's probably why it appears. That's probably why it appears like he's only flying fucking. Why he's only flying DJIs, because that's all he's doing is big shoots.
Yeah. He was saying in one of his, same thing. He was saying he did all the Ford commercials, all the, I forget which car company he like exclusively does all the drone footage for. But he doesn't post it. But he was saying, if you've seen a commercial from this manufacturer, I shot it. He was saying, you know, which is awesome. You got a long-term
fuck yeah, it's awesome.
Company, you know. Yes. But obviously, if you do, you can't. You gotta swallow your pride with your favorite flight, software, and use whatever's
right tools for the job.
You know.
Yeah, but
That's just like, and it's just like digital, analog, whatever. It's just it doesn't matter when you're getting paid to do something. You need the right tools for the job. That's it. Nothing else matters.
And with the 03 now, you can use that for giving a director like a good example of what kind of
Can you
shot
get
you're gonna be working with.
Oh, actually, never mind.
When I was working with the grips, they used to do what they call the GoPro shot. So they would, before doing anything, take a GoPro shot just to see lighting or you know, location, camera positioning, stuff like that. You know, so it makes sense that drones would be used in the same aspect. You know, I have no idea what they do with drone shooting. I never did it. You know what I mean? But
well, DJI opened up director feeds in a big way.
Min Chan.
I mean, even a Vista's gonna give you a much cleaner signal for a director feed if you need it.
Sure.
So, like, that's one thing they need to do for the goggles too. I don't know if they've updated it yet, but you couldn't get a clean feed off the goggle too.
Dude's legit racing to the beat.
That's crazy.
I think he's just going so fast that every beat just works.
Yeah, he could be playing fucking hardcore techno. It still works, you know? That's awesome.
How?
His tempo is like, yeah.
That's insane, bro. I would have to play 6 songs to do just this part of the course that he did so far. Like half the song, you know?
Oh, he's fucking nuts.
I learned how to do that ladder, like he can do that.
Yeah,
like that.
pretty sick.
Ladders are
That'd be like all I
fucking.
do. I would do that everywhere.
I think it's just like anything else. I mean, I'm not going to downsize it, but I think it's just muscle memory. Like once you just get that, once you do it right once and you get it, you figure out like the correct roll, correct yaw together or whatever it is. You know, it's just over time. You obviously just get faster with it. You know what I mean?
I think going down would be much harder than going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause you're gonna like.
You gotta dig in, or you gotta dig in. You gotta dig the fuck in. Like you literally have to get down.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? Like
the one thing that always turned me off at racing personally is that I can never remember a course. Like you see how he remembers every turn, which direction, when to turn opposite 180.
Learning courses is definitely
that's reps.
That's repetition, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I race RC cars for a long time, and you know, lines the same way, but it's a lot easier to learn a course with an RC car to me. I mean,
yeah, because you have a bigger overview. You're not just looking.
Yeah, it's not
FPV.
Dude,
what the fuck?
Min Chan said he flies 100 packs a day, easy.
Dude, when he switched to HC0, that picture he posted had like 20 fucking cameras, 20 fucking transmitters. I was just like, he's going in, like goddamn. It was like
a
couple dozen.
Nice.
This is a good video, bro. I like this.
I don't know if I'm subscribed to Fagoos. I gotta check to make sure I am. I'm subscribed to Fagoos, yeah.
Oh. Better.
You know what else too I love about Steel? He tells it how it is, bro. He don't give a fuck. You know? Like when he had one video they posted like a month or two ago. It was somebody brought the AOS frame, and the AOS frame is revolutionary when it comes to vibrations. Obviously, that's what it's designed for. The guy's an aerial engineer. But Steele got all sorts of shit in the comments. People were like, oh, you know, you spit and chop up somebody else, blah, 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 this, that. And he was just calling a spade a spade. He was like, look, when flight software is so good now that it doesn't matter if you have good frame with good vibrations. You can just filter them out. Doesn't matter. I go for durability, and that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But it was on that line, not to misquote him. But
I think there's something to be said for you know, forward thinking in frame design and how you're actually tuning the frame for the class that you're designing for, and the, you know, the vibration and resonance is involved. But he's not wrong. You know, it's like fucking the flightware has gotten so good that you can dial out resonance easy enough. It's just I think what it comes down to is that there's folks, you know, don't like to, or are possibly intimidated by tuning, and especially filter tuning. Filter tuning is not the easiest thing to grasp at first, for sure.
Well,
you know, and
black box, it's simple as looking at a graph. If you just learn how to use black box.
Well,
I mean, black box,
there's millions of audio engineers that would fucking disagree.
Don't tell
you know what I'm saying?
To tune black box, so I agree.
Oh, but black box.
No, I say if you know how to read black box, you are gonna have a much easier time tuning. Absolutely.
Tuning filters without black box is
but having said that, filtering is a little different, yeah, in certain regards. But at the end of the day, you have to understand how the tools work to be able to apply them. You know, you can look at a graph all you want, but if you don't have an understanding of how the actual filter works and what it's doing, what is the difference between PT1 and biquad? What is the difference between a notch, a dynamic notch, a low pass, you know, a high pass?
PT1 and biquad, I couldn't tell you the difference, but notch filters, I obviously know the difference. It's just where the filters are placed. Notch filters are much more accurate.
Or like Butterworth. There's all kinds of filters, topologies out there.
I agree with you 100%, and I would like to add to that by saying the aircraft itself plays a major role to its limitations too. If you have an extremely heavy craft and, you know, motors that are inadequate, then no matter how much tuning you do, no matter how you find your frame resonances or your motor noise or whatever, the quad cannot gain control fast enough for the capability of the powertrain. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. If you have a quad that's extremely heavy, that's lightly propped, or the motors are a little soft, stuff like that, you can find
everything should be scaled.
Harden the fuck up.
If things are scaled appropriately and you're building, again, you have you're thinking about it, like, you should never really run into that. Like, you should be building for effect, for execution. What are you trying to do? You know,
that's my point, though, is that people could dive into the black box world of filtering and not realize how important the build is itself. You know, I'm not talking about quality build with noise that just from bad building. I'm talking about powertrain, weight, motors, props, stuff like that, where sometimes I think that's overlooked a lot with people. They can study all the videos they want, watching Chris Ross, Bardwell, whoever, and learning, you know, even what's his name, UAV Tech.
I want to encourage people to use black box. I think that if more people did, they'd have a lot easier time, and they would grow their fundamental understanding of how the physical factors that you just mentioned, and the PIDs, and when you start to understand that, like, my stator volume, size, and prop selection changes the frequencies involved that my filters are looking at, and how my frame is resonating. When you can start looking at that and then get enough experience doing that, you can start building based on that experience.
Yeah.
And tuning on that experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, I wish more people would use black box. I think, you know, you know, it's tough. People are like, I have a problem with my quad. You got a black box? No. It's like, well, what the fuck are we supposed to do about it, really, though? I mean, you know, we can throw shit at the wall and maybe something will stick and you'll be in a better situation. That's great. But, you know, without it, it's it's very challenging, and it honestly makes more work for everybody involved. I mean, you know what I mean?
Really,
like
that's ultimately what it means. So you can everything's figure outable, but
figure outable. I like that.
Right tools for the job certainly shorten that.
Well, again though, there's certain like you can't effectively dial out certain resonance spikes without knowing where they are. You know what I mean? It's not like if we could hear the quad in such a way like you hear a guitar, and you could apply, and if you could apply that filter, if you could apply the filter and hear it,
takes a lot longer.
You know, but it's not dynamic in the way like an equalizer is. So you're
not going to be as accurate. Absolutely not.
You may never hit it. It depends on what it is. Again, if it's a very sharp spike, you know what I mean? Like because have you seen them? I've seen tons where you just get like a sharp spike that just fucks you. It's like without being able to see it. Good luck.
No, you're right, but you know that's where the filtering. When you go heavy with your filtering.
But you don't want to use a low pass. You want to use a notch. That's what I'm trying to say. You're using the wrong tool for the job if you're using a low pass at that point.
Right. Well, I'm saying people that aren't using black box, that's their solution to it.
At the end of the day,
over filter.
You could potentially get the quad to respond better, you know, but you cranked up your latency, your input lag, and potentially you're building heat. Because if you over filter, you tend to start getting hot as well. So like, or if you over filter too far, you start creating oscillation in the filtering.
Yeah. That makes sense. I've run into problems, especially with micro builds. I love micros where, you know, my props alone made it untunable in certain situations. Untunable. Like I've had props where literally no matter what I did, no matter how much black box I did, I could not get the quad right. And then I would just change props. Ciati's the one that actually told me to do that. He's like, bro, you're using the wrong props. I forget what props I was using on my 2-inch, but he's like, bro, you gotta use the Avans or the Avons, whatever you call them. He's like, try these, bro. As soon as I switched to them, it was like night and day. I'm like, I'm sitting here for days trying to get this thing right, probably 40 packs trying to do it, and it was as simple as the props. You know what I mean?
I remember the first 4-inch build me and my buddy Dan ever did was like that. We were like fucking, you know what I mean? Like when you make a build and like you just can't get it to function properly. Like it's not that it's terrible, but it's just like it won't do what you want it to do. And it ended up being just fucking props. We changed the props.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, again, your props are changing the frequencies of the noise, and if your filters aren't accounting for that noise or those frequencies, then you will not have a good tune. Filtering can absolutely create a situation where your quad is untunable from a PID controller standpoint.
Yeah, the PID can't keep up with. The PID controller can't keep up with your inputs.
Well, you're just putting you're putting noise into your PID loop, and depending on what term it's affecting, especially if it's affecting D term, you're only going to be able to get so much D term gain before you smoke your motors. You know.
Yeah. Well, you know, I've been flying for a long time now, but I've gotten very good to listen to the quad and know where I have an idea where I got to go. Like D term, I can tell right away if it's too high. I can tell if my P needs more D. I just hear it and feel it instantly. And I could get my PD balance very good before I even start thinking about filtering. And that's usually what I do. You know, but lately, because I was out of the game for a year and a half, I've been starting to pay attention to what other people are doing. That's, you know, it's different. Like what Chris Ross does, where right from the start, you know, like I said, the settings I showed you before in Better Flight, I was like, let me try this just to get the filtering where he said.
Are we? Did we already watch this? We have.
Yeah, this video.
Was the last video?
It skipped the last video.
It skipped the last video?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't played it yet. What the fuck's going on? Oh. This is the one we already watched, right? Let me just fucking fast forward it then. Is this the right one? No, it was skipped
Should be
back.
Blackbird's video.
What is this? Did we already watch? This is RC Fan. All right, hold on.
It started the playlist over.
Bizarre. Did we talk over Blackbird's video? No, right?
No, it hasn't played yet.
What the fuck? Weird. Okay, let me just go back to the top. We'll get Blackbird out here and. But Shelby Vol wasn't. I'm so confused. That is weird.
Shelby Vols was the
second video. Right. Okay. It's just fucking strange. Apparently YouTube.
I saw Flo's video, but I thought it was.
YouTube hates Blackbird. I'm just saying. There's something going on.
Yeah, I accidentally posted 2 of Flo's videos. I didn't realize I did that already.
That's all right.
Until
Last video, Blackbird.
Yeah, Wheats is right, but there's a ton of information out there. You know, I feel like micros and 2 inching down. You know how many times I tried to use the presets just to see, and like I put a preset in, there's like UAV Tech or whatever it was, and this preset for this quad at this weight, and this cell count, blah blah blah.
I do not smoke motors by too high a PIDs because the way the method I use to tune.
Well, you start from the ground up though, which is smart. You do it that way, and you'll never smoke your motors because by the time you get your D input in there, you get your balance perfect. So then when you jack up your multiplier, you're not really doing anything bad, because I feel personally that too much D will only hurt you if it's not in the right ratio with P.
Yeah.
If you jack up your multiplier and your ratio is right, eventually you're gonna get negative gains by pushing up your multiplier, but you're not in the danger of smoking your motors. You could always tell. I was always able to tell where my D term was a danger to my motors. You get those trills when you punch out. When you get that, you know, like, oh shit, my D term is bad. You land and then your motors are hot. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Filters can cook motors, yes. But if you have a noisy ass D term and you crank your D term gain, you can smoke your motor.
D term is probably the fastest way to smoke your motors.
If your P and D balance is just if it's just too off, and if your P is oscillating badly and pushing into D, you can do the same exact thing. Yeah, I mean that's why. I mean when I tune, I like I said, I start like a stingy tune and I drop D and I just start bringing up P, and I log it, and then when I look at that first set of logs, I'm looking at where my P gains are living and how they're reacting, and then I'm also looking at my filter. That's like my first, like, what's going on with filters. If I'm really serious, many times I do a hover test and at least look at filters on that.
Making lunch.
What is this guy?
Look how perfect that is, dude.
Where is it going now? It's gone to a whole nother video.
I just designed this box.
The playlist has a mind of its own today. It's Mark Rober. What is going on? Amazing invention. This drone will change everything.
Awesome.
Oh, well, we're not watching that, but shout out Mark Rober.
So check out this 3D print if you guys are interested. You guys want it, I'll make it public. I just made this 3D print so I could put it in my drone bag. Holds my True RC antennas and my box now. See? Isn't that cool? Like that. Because I was just randomly tossing them in my bag.
I don't have, I have one patch I got from Ilbro for my DJI, but the rest of my antennas for that live.
Now.
I did the 3D print with the antenna clips, so I put the 3D print in my goggles, and my antennas live in there with them on my DJI.
There you go.
I don't smoke motors, I smoke rocks.
Nice. I got the crystal met guy.
Like a man.
20 minutes.
You real man. Smoke rocks like a real man. I smoke rocks. Any y'all got any crack? Yeah, fucking. I mean, again, you know, right now, I think especially where like Betaflight is in most things, it's like in 5-inch. They set it pretty safe, you know, out of the box.
I don't know. I feel like is all the steps forward is steps back for people learning, in my opinion. I said that a couple of weeks ago on the stream too.
Well, they keep.
I feel like you dumb things down too much for people and never truly understand what's going on.
Well,
Presets,
that's my love-hate relationship with. That's my love-hate relationship with the sliders. They definitely have a purpose, and being, a person who's
bring a towel.
A person like who's an audio, was an audio engineer and whatnot, and who's worked faders for a living for fucking eons. It's like, I appreciate that style of an interface, but with PIDs, I like to have a little more control, at least initially. Once I get it balanced and shit, I wouldn't mind, using the gain slider. That makes it easy because you don't have to calculate it. It's basically just automatically calculating
that's exactly
for
what
you.
I was saying before with the multiplier. If your ratio is correct, the multiplier is not going to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was.
Well,
getting at.
it can. A quad only needs to get to a certain amount of gain before it just doesn't do anything any better, or it starts to do negative things.
Yeah.
I've had builds I could crank, especially my banger. My banger. I fucking had the P terms through the fucking roof, and throwing D term at it, and the fucking thing just kept, it got ridiculous. I'm like, there's no way this quad is still able to take more fucking gain. And it was just dumb. It was just okay. Then I looked at the log, and it was just ridiculous. It had I wasn't gaining anything. It was just a flat line. It was just but it didn't get shitty, thankfully.
Because the ratio is right.
No, it can, like I said, it can get bad. It can get shitty if you have too much. I mean, D-term too high ultimately can fuck shit up. I mean, even if the ratio's right.
I've had quads that no matter what I did, as long as I had the PID ratio right, no matter which way jacked it up, I would have more negative gains when I cranked my gain down. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But going up, I could go up as high as I want, and nothing bad would happen.
Again, gain being negative would be useful potentially in a situation where you're doing a high KV build, where you're running 6S 27, 3000 KV, something really offset from the norm for 6S. Most people are 18, 1900, 2000-ish KV on 6S 5-inch. If you do a 3000, you don't need that much PID gain. You know what I mean? And in many cases, too much PID gain can start freaking it the fuck out. So I've seen cases where you could tune it back a bit to fucking tame it out. Otherwise, you have to start looking at a shit ton of TPA and things of that nature, because you also have to look at it at how is it affecting as your throttle's going up and all of that. Balance is fucking good, but everything has limits. Is either you're gonna. Like I said, I've had builds I could crank it forever, and I've had builds where no, this is not good anymore. And it was balanced. So it's your mileage may vary. Again, it comes also back to filtering.
Word.
If shit starts getting wonky, what is going on in the chat?
Shit. So speaking of limits and filters,
yeah, we're there.
I guess the bounce. Yeah,
we're there anyway. I was just catching up with the chat at the end. Don't read the towel. Beta set of default.
Yeah, it's great stream, good talk, great videos, and I had a good time.
It is Wednesday.
It is Wednesday. Yeah.
Sing it, brother. What we got?
What do we got? I don't know anymore. All right, kids. I guess that's it. What do we got going on next week? Anything exciting?
We should have a spotlight.
We should have a good time.
Spagoose wants to be on.
Let's do a Spagoose spotlight.
Spagoose, you down for next week? Spagoose spotlight? Spagoose spaghetti?
Spagoose spaghetti.
Spagooty. Ha!
All right. Well, we can firm that up as we move along.
I'll ask him about it this week.
Oh, good. All right, kids.
Said, I don't know. I'm drunk.
Go make some cool shit. Tune your fucking quads.
Black box.
Black box
Love
your
you guys,
shit.
man.
I don't even want to hear from you. If you ain't got a
Is that
black
like the
box,
go-
don't
is that
call
like the
me.
Go to the fucking gym guy.
Turn your fucking quads.
Too many
Man, such
quads.
man who's not relaxed.
All right. Make some cool shit. Have fun. Be safe. We love you. We'll see you next week. Bye. Fucking split ass. I could do a fucking split ass. Done a million times. I could do a fucking split ass. You pop up,
Hop back.
and then roll, then you, that is a split ass. Fucking split ass. I could do a fucking split ass. You pop up,
Hop back.
and then roll.
I mean,
Pop it. You roll.
I don't buy
And
into
then
whatever
you go
fucking
in
bullshit you're saying.
to the shit. Powerly, black, powerly, then, powerly, black, powerly, then. I could do a fucking split ass. Roll, then. That is split ass. Fucking split ass. I could do a fucking split ass. You pop up, and then roll.
I mean,
Pop it.
That's pretty much the only trick that I know.
It is Wednesday, my dudes. Wednesday. Wednesday. Wednesday.
Sword of omens, give me sight beyond sight.